Executor, I've come across new readings from the void. They're pinpointed inside the Veil Proxima, far outside the reach of the sentients. Fragmented, my men reported 4 separate entities, exuding enough power to overload even our strongest necromechs. We shot them with a neurosentry, yet they did not fall. We blasted them with our most powerful technosite, yet they did not fall. We even resorted to Kuva, and yet these entities did not fall. Executor, I believe what we have on our hands is something back to haunt us. Something we've punished, returned, repossessed by those devil minds. The survivors from the Veil shouted at the Grimir Requiems. They had likely seen our failed experiment reborn by the magic of the Void Demons. Executor, I believe this marks the return of Zaku.
From the whispers of the ancients comes a terrible threat to the likes of the Orokin. Zaku, a shattered Warframe you've been given, must be made whole again. My name is Zarkator, and today I'm going to show you how to do just that. Zaku on release turned out to be one of the worst Warframes to come out of the game, but after 2 major buffs to all of his abilities, I can safely say that, with a good amount of effort, Zaku can indeed reach a level of survivability and damage output to rival even the likes of Mesa. If you've got the Forma handy, here's how you too can harness the power of the Orokin system's very own spooky scary skeleton, and send shivers down the spines of your foe. This build is super expensive in terms of Forma and Arcanes, but the results will speak for themselves. We've got Arcane energized like usual, but the second Arcane slot is totally up to you. If you'd rather use something like Nullifier or whatever set of Arcanes you have on hand, it won't be too much of a detriment to this build. I'm currently running Corrosive Projection, but it may actually be more optimal to invest yet another Forma for brief respite, due to the fact that Zaku is insanely efficient at stripping armor with this build. So a little more survivability just in case can potentially edge out that armor debuff. I'm also using Preparation in the Exilus slot. If you want to save a Forma, you could omit this slot entirely, but it will put a damper on the energy economy, especially in missions that can get hectic quickly like survivals, which is what Zaku happens to be really good at. I'm using Prime Flow for maximum energy, Overextended and Stretch to ensure that Gaze has enough range to fill an entire room, and Blind Rage with Umbral Intensify and Augur Secrets to get Gaze's defense reduction value to 100%. The last slot is up to you. I went with Umbral Vitality myself, but Umbral Fiber will also be effective for keeping Umbral Intensify's strength high enough for Gaze to scale with. I've subsumed Octavia's Resonator over Zaku's one to completely disable enemies' ability to target me within Resonator's range. Coupled with a 75% dodge chance on Zaku's 4, you'll rarely take damage at all. And if you do, your shield gate should do plenty to stall for time while you just fling your melee weapon or something. With a decent amount of ability duration on this build, you'll find that you can keep one cast of Zaku's 2 active for well over 5 minutes at a time, as long as the Vast on Time is activated, which will almost infinitely wipe out enemies in seconds as long as they're within the range of Gaze. It's been said that Gaze itself is difficult to build for, which is accurate considering the amount of work that's gone into this build. But I was dedicated to make my bone frame dreams a reality, and hey, turns out when you can cast 3 Gazes at once, that range ends up being considerably bigger than most tiled rooms in all of Warframe.
How unwise of me to have written off these betrayers. Under the foot of that lotus, it seems they feel almost invincible behind those ugly metal cysts we've devised. Our research into the science behind the Void Demons is culminating as we speak. Once we've solved the mystery of the Duviri Paradox, this war is all but won.
Here's my Zaku's fashion. I'm really excited to see what Tennogen creators will come up with for Zaku helmets, especially their Vast on Time alternatives. Thanks for watching. Zaku's an incredibly fun and consistent alternative to longer-ranged Warframe options, and although there isn't much in the game that Zaku is needed for, he will be eternally prepared to take on whatever new hordes the developers can throw at him, as long as he doesn't get the Banshee treatment. Be sure to subscribe for more Warframe build videos and guides, as well as whatever else I upload. Leave a like if this helped you realize your dreams of running around as a spooky, scary skeleton, and let me know in the comments what you think of my build or my fashion. See you out on the star chart, Tenno.
Do not worry, Marcus. I will not let those devils take you from me again.